Hello, I'm Angel. Welcome to the channel. Today I want to show you a book I bought some years ago and just recently decided to read, Punchao, historical novel by French historian Bertrand Houette, a lover of the Incan civilization, published in French in 2007 and in Spanish 2 years later. If the cover makes an impact with such pictures of Incan metalwork and architecture, the back cover moves us. A people may be killed, their gold might be melted, but can their soul be stolen? In 503 pages, this work includes various contextualized sections, maps, a Quechua glossary, and the author's notes. The novel is set in the decisive year of 1572, when the viceroyalty of Peru is already consolidated, yet the rebel Inca kingdom of Vilcabamba resists succumbing. The Spaniards who were sent to negotiate with the Inca go to Vilcabamba to try to convince Tupac Amaru I to surrender and in this way avoid a war. Huira is the main character. He was a mestizo who lives in Vilcabamba. He has a brother who lives in a Spanish style in Cusco. However, he has a very important duty to protect the Punchao, the living god of the Incas, a gold relic with a hole inside in which the ashes of the imperial hearts are. It turns that the rebel Inca and his followers have to escape. Huira's half-brother, Diego de Mesa, is a member of the expedition to capture the rebel. A former prostitute, Juana Pianuzzi, who is related to the viceroy in a way nobody can imagine, asks him to find the famous idol, and he, who was so obsessed, does the impossible so as to achieve it. The viceroy, Francisco de Toledo, has decided to stop that area that was resisting for 4 decades. He wanted to destroy that once and forever. The sequence is really dramatic in this novel. How some people from Vilcabamba give in, they let themselves be captured by the Spaniards, and not only that, but they go on to tell them in what direction the Inca was escaping. Then the Inca and his wife, the Coya, are captured, and all of the people who were captured as if they were human trophies, and their proud capturers march in a procession, in a parade through the streets of Cusco. The Inca, Tupac Amaru, who was so proud but at the same time so humiliated. This time, that was the very end of an era. And what about Diego? He found the Punchao. A priest, Cristobal de Molina, is in charge on guiding the soul of the captive Inca towards Christianity, and this, though a pagan, had been a man full of spiritual life. He was a really religious man who was eager to debate and to know the mysteries of the new faith. Yeah, he was definitely ready to welcome the true God and to keep being a pious man. However, Viceroy Toledo had already decided. He had opted for making Diego marry the Italian woman who was from the land on which the Pope lived, and making him a mestizo fruit and some redemption of the Indian race to take the Punchao to the Pope as a demonstration of the triumph of the real God in the new continent. The other decision dealt with the life of the Inca. One of the central, crucial moments in this work is when the Inca is going to be executed. His speech to all the Indian population in Cusco, he accepts, he admits that his wakas or gods were silent, they were mere statues. And intrigues, fight, manipulation, ambushes that lead to death abound in this book because everybody wants to capture the idol. And what was the fate? What was the destiny of this idol? That's a mystery in this novel, that's a mystery in history. There are different interesting aspects to highlight in Punchao. That a mestizo, if living among Indians, looks like an Indian, and if living among Spaniards looks like a Spaniard. So that's a kind of limbo in which they lived. The fact that women of the Inca royalty were considered trophies, as the case of the Ñusta or Princess Beatriz. The Amazon beyond Vilcabamba, with its immensity and its difficult weather, is something that we are not told frequently when it comes to the rebel kingdom of Vilcabamba. The role of the Amazonian ethnic groups also appears here, and the limbo in which the mestizo found themselves, highlighting their Spanish origin while hiding their Indian one. As a novel that it is, it has to appeal to feelings, and yeah, it manages to do it. If it was a social science book, a history book, it would be too emotional. But here, among real and fictional characters, uh, between history and geography that scream the word Peru, this is a work that we Peruvians should meet and value. It is not the first time that I am speaking about a book written by a foreigner who loves our country even more than some um, fellow people born here seem to do. So that's a call to reflect. Bye bye.